In the northern reaches of the British Isles, where mist clings to the rugged Highlands, lies Scotland, a realm where history is etched into the very fabric of the landscape. Here stand the castles of Scotland, silent sentinels of stone. They are the enduring heart of this ancient kingdom, each stone a testament to a story. The castles are the ultimate expression of the bond between humanity and the natural world. Scattered across the country, each with its own unique tale, they offer a journey through time itself. Our journey begins now into this world of myth and majesty to uncover the secrets held within these formidable walls. Experience the profound and timeless allure of Scotland's castles. The stones are waiting to share their secrets. Our story begins here in the vibrant heart of Scotland's capital. Perched atop an extinct volcano stands Edinburgh Castle, a fortress that has dominated the skyline for over a millennium. It is not merely a building, but a complex, a living chronicle of Scottish history. From these heights, the castle has been a silent observer to the unfolding drama of a nation, a royal residence, a national fortress, and a military garrison. From its battlements, one commands a panoramic view that is nothing short of breathtaking. The city itself spreads out below like a map. To stand here is to understand the very reason for Edinburgh's existence. The castle is the nucleus around which the city has grown. Descending from the castle's esplanade, one steps onto the Royal Mile, a succession of streets forming the historic spine of Edinburgh's Old Town, flowing downhill from the fortress to the Palace of Holyrood House. For centuries, this bustling artery teemed with life. The architecture is a testament to its past. Hidden closes and wynds branch off, each with its own secret history. Today, the Royal Mile maintains its vibrant pulse. The air is filled with bagpipes, chatter, and aromas from shops. It's a living part of the city, where past and present are in dialogue. Yes, as daylight fades, another essential part of Edinburgh's social fabric comes to life. Tucked into the ancient closes are the city's pubs. These are not merely places to drink. They are institutions, social hubs that have served their communities for generations. They are sanctuaries from the biting Scottish wind, warm havens where friendships are forged and stories are shared over a pint. The character of each pub is unique. Here one can find a true taste of Scotland with local ales and single malt whiskies. This is where you connect with the ordinary people of Edinburgh, sharing in a tradition integral to the city's identity. These pubs are the living rooms of Edinburgh, places where the community gathers. These welcoming establishments offer a vital connection to its present living soul. Journeying northwest from Edinburgh, the landscape changes. Stirling Castle sits upon its strategic throne. Known as the Key to the Kingdom, it controlled the gateway between Scotland's south and north. Its history is a saga of battles and the forging of Scottish nationhood. Besieged at least 8 times, it changed hands between Scottish and English forces. Stirling was transformed into a magnificent Renaissance palace. Kings and queens held court within these walls. To walk through Stirling Castle today is to journey through its dramatic history, a fortress and a glittering symbol of a proud and independent nation. Stirling's walls hold stories of battles and royal intrigue. The castle was a crucible of power, where alliances were made and broken. In 1452, King James II stabbed the Earl of Douglas in the royal apartments. The fortress was a hotbed of political manoeuvring. The very air seems thick with secrets and clandestine meetings. The castle's architecture itself seems designed for such drama. Hidden passages allowed for spying. Every corner of the castle has a story to tell. Exploring these spaces, it is impossible not to be drawn into this world. The castle is a stage, and the ghosts of its past players still seem to linger. Like Edinburgh, Stirling's Old Town grew in the castle's shadow. Its steep, cobbled streets lead to treasures like the Church of the Holy Rood, where kings were crowned. Nearby, Argyll's lodging offers a glimpse into noble life. Wandering these streets is like stepping back in time. The Old Town jail reminds us of a harsher past. The Wallace Monument honours Scotland's patriot. Climb to see stunning views and Wallace's legendary sword. It's a moving experience, connecting you to Scotland's spirit of defiance. The castle, Old Town and Wallace Monument together offer different perspectives, creating an unforgettable journey. Here, where three great sea lochs meet, stands Eilean Donan, one of Scotland's most recognised images. It is not merely a castle, but an icon, a symbol of resilience. Its silhouette, reflected in the dark waters of Loch Duich, is a sight of profound beauty. An elegant arched stone bridge connects the islet to the mainland. Each stone tells a story of the clans, of the fierce loyalties that defined this land. It is a journey to the very heart of Scottish identity. The first fortified structure dates back to the 13th century. It has seen sieges, rebellions, and the rise and fall of great families. Today, the castle we see is a remarkable restoration. It was only in the early 20th century that the dedication of Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae Gilstrap brought it back to life. A living monument in a living landscape. Stepping inside the castle walls transports you to another era. The banqueting hall, with its great timber ceiling and vast fireplace, evokes images of grand feasts. The details are astonishing, from tapestries depicting clan history to personal artifacts. Beyond the grand halls, a labyrinth of smaller rooms reveals the intimate realities of castle life. The kitchens showcase the immense effort required to sustain the castle's inhabitants. From the battlements, the strategic genius of the castle's location becomes clear. The panoramic vista encompasses the meeting point of Loch Duich, Loch Long, and Loch Alsh. Surrounding the castle, the small village of Dorney offers a gentle counterpoint to the fortress's imposing might. Exploring Dorney allows one to appreciate the symbiotic relationship between the castle and the community it protected. The landscape that cradles Eilean Donan is part of its story. The Kintail region is a paradise with soaring peaks, deep glens, and cascading waterfalls. The Five Sisters of Kintail dominate the skyline, an unforgettable reward for hill walkers. Trekking these paths is to follow in the footsteps of those who have known these hills for millennia. Numerous local hiking trails offer an accessible way to immerse oneself in the scenery. The wildlife of Kintail is as wild and resilient as the land itself. Keep a watchful eye for a glimpse of a majestic red deer. Exploring the area around Eilean Donan is about feeling the pulse of the Highlands. The castle is the heart of a living ecosystem of nature and culture. The combination of the iconic fortress and the untamed wilderness of Kintail creates a profound travel experience. Along the northeast coast of Scotland, the land meets the sea. Here, perched atop a rocky headland, are the ruins of Dunnottar Castle. The sheer cliffs drop to the churning North Sea below, a formidable natural defence. The journey to the castle is an integral part of the experience. This challenging access was intentional, designed to exhaust any attacker. Dunnottar's history is as dramatic as its setting, a place of strategic importance for millennia. Most famously, it protected the honours of Scotland from Cromwell's army. Today, as you wander through the ruins, you can feel the weight of history. Exploring the ruins at Dunnottar invites the imagination to reconstruct the life that once thrived within these walls. The most prominent structure is the 14th century Tower House. Nearby, the Whig's Vault tells a much darker story. This grim cellar was used as a prison where Covenanters were held in appalling conditions. Yet there are also places of serene beauty, like the chapel. It offers a moment of quiet contemplation. The true magic of Dunnottar lies in its atmosphere. You're constantly framed by the vastness of the sea and sky. It is a profoundly sensory experience. You are feeling history, standing at the very edge of the world. Just a short distance from Dunnottar lies the charming harbour town of Stonehaven. This bustling port provides a perfect base for exploring the coastline, offering a warm contrast to the ruins. Strolling along the harbour front, you can watch the daily rhythms of a community whose fortunes have long been tied to the sea. Stonehaven is renowned for its exceptional seafood, and no visit is complete without sampling the local catch. For those eager to further explore this stunning coastline, the coastal path from Stonehaven to Dunnottar is a must-do. This well-maintained trail offers breathtaking views at every turn, an invigorating journey that truly connects you to the landscape. This combination of dramatic history, natural beauty, and local charm makes the Dunnottar experience uniquely compelling. On the shores of Loch Ness stand the ruins of Urquhart Castle. Its silhouette against the vast loch and rolling hills is one of Scotland's most evocative sights. Its strategic position gave it command over the waterway, a vital role in the history of the Scottish Highlands. The most intact part of the ruin is the Grant Tower, offering a glimpse into the castle's former grandeur. From here, the scale of Loch Ness is breathtaking. Government troops blew up the gatehouse, leaving Urquhart to fall into the majestic ruin we see today. It is a place where history and legend are inseparable. It is impossible to stand at Urquhart Castle and not think of the legend that has made these waters famous throughout the world, the Loch Ness Monster. The castle's location provides the most celebrated vantage point for would-be monster hunters. The modern legend truly began in 1933, when a new road along the loch's shore provided a clearer view of the water, and sightings began to increase dramatically. One of the most famous early sightings was reported by the manager of the Dunnottar Hotel, who claimed to have seen an enormous prehistoric-like creature in the water near Urquhart Castle. From that moment on, Urquhart and Nessie became inextricably linked. The castle ruins provided the perfect atmospheric backdrop for countless photographs, films, and eyewitness accounts. Standing on the shore, gazing into the peat-stained black water, it is easy to understand how this landscape fuels the imagination. The water's surface can be deceptively calm one moment and whipped into a frenzy by a sudden wind the next. Ripples, waves, and shadows play tricks on the eye, creating fleeting shapes that could, just possibly, be the neck or a hump of some great unknown creature rising from the depths. While the legend adds a layer of fun and mystery, the natural history of the loch is fascinating in its own right. A boat tour on the water is an essential part of the Urquhart experience. As you glide away from the shore, the castle's grandeur is revealed from a new perspective, showing just how completely it dominated this stretch of the Great Glen. Onboard sonar equipment often piques the interest of visitors, displaying the incredible depth of the loch and the strange shapes that lurk below. Whether you believe in the monster or not, being out on the water connects you to the loch's immense power and scale. The nearby village of Dunnottar has fully embraced its association with the legend. It is home to visitor centres and exhibitions dedicated to the history of the Loch Ness Monster phenomenon. Here, you can examine the photographic evidence, both credible and debunked, and learn about the various scientific expeditions that have sought to find definitive proof. It is a fascinating exploration of how a local piece of folklore can evolve into a global cultural icon, a story that continues to draw believers and skeptics alike to the shores of this deep, dark, and captivating loch. Urquhart Castle and Loch Ness are the heart of the Great Glen, a massive geological fault line that slices diagonally across the Scottish Highlands. This ancient rift creates a natural transport route of lochs and rivers that has been strategically important for centuries. Exploring the wider area, reveals a landscape of breathtaking scale and beauty. The roads that hug the shores of the loch offer spectacular driving routes, with new vistas of water and mountain opening up around every bend. It is a journey through a landscape carved by glaciers and steeped in history. The village of Dunnottar, besides its monster-themed attractions, is a charming Highland village in its own right. With its traditional stone buildings, welcoming pubs, and local craft shops, it provides a perfect place to rest and soak in the local atmosphere. It serves as an excellent base for exploring the less travelled side of the loch and the beautiful wooded glens that radiate from it, such as Glen Urquhart and Glen Affric, the latter often described as Scotland's most beautiful glen. These areas offer tranquil walks away from the main tourist trail. A visit to Urquhart Castle is more than just a historical tour. It is an immersion into a unique blend of fact and folklore. It is a place where the tangible ruins of a powerful fortress meet the intangible allure of a legendary beast. The experience is a powerful combination of awe-inspiring scenery, a deep and turbulent history, and the playful thrill of mystery. You can spend the morning walking in the footsteps of kings and clansmen within the castle walls, and the afternoon searching the dark waters for a glimpse of something, well, primeval and unknown. This duality is what makes the region so unforgettable. The dramatic history of Urquhart Castle provides the anchor, the solid, verifiable narrative of human struggle and ambition. The legend of Nessie provides the magic, the sense of wonder that there might still be great mysteries hidden from us in the natural world. Together, they create a compelling destination that captures the essence of the Scottish Highlands, a land of stark beauty, resilient history, and enduring legends that continue to captivate the world. In Angus stands Glamis Castle, steeped in Scottish and British royalty. More than a fortress, it's a living chronicle. This was the childhood home of Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, shaping a future monarch. The royal family's connection is woven into Glamis. Walk these grounds, feel the connection between royalty and family. Every room tells a story of the Lion family and the monarchy, a tangible link to the past, connecting to the grandeur of royal life. Glamis is a cherished home, evolving while honouring its heritage. Glamis, a jewel in Scotland's crown. Yet beneath the veneer of royal domesticity and architectural splendour, a different kind of life stirs within Glamis's ancient walls. For this castle is famously considered one of the most haunted in all of Scotland, a place where the veil between worlds seems particularly thin. Stories passed down through generations speak of unseen inhabitants who share these hallowed halls. The air itself can feel charged with unspoken secrets, and the silence of the long corridors is often punctuated by the feeling of a presence just beyond the edge of sight, a chilling counterpoint to the castle's daytime charm. Among the most persistent of these spectral residents is the Grey Lady. She is believed to be the spirit of Lady Janet Douglas, the Lady of Glamis, who was tragically burned at the stake for witchcraft in 1537. Her tormented soul, it is said, returned to the home she loved. She is often sighted in the clock tower or the family chapel, a sorrowful, shimmering figure, a permanent, ethereal fixture of the castle's community. Her presence is not one of malice, but of profound sadness, a constant reminder of a dark chapter in Scotland's history. But she is not alone. The castle is said to host a whole company of ghosts. The spirit of a young serving boy is sometimes seen, sitting forlornly on the stone seat by the Queen Mother's sitting room. Elsewhere, the ghost of Earl Beardy, a 15th-century nobleman, is said to be trapped for eternity. Legend tells that he drunkenly demanded a game of cards on the Sabbath and declared he would play with the devil himself. A mysterious stranger appeared, and the two are now locked in their game forever, their ghostly shouts echoing from a secret walled-up room. These tales are more than just local folklore. They are an integral part of the Glamis identity. The stories of the monster of Glamis, a supposedly deformed heir hidden away in a secret chamber, have captivated and terrified for centuries. Whether one believes in these spectral inhabitants or not, their stories add an undeniable layer of mystery and intrigue. They transform the castle into a place of myth, legend, and profound wonder, where every shadow might hold a secret. To appreciate Glamis Castle, venture into the Angus countryside. This landscape of rolling hills and glens provides a serene backdrop to the castle. The estate is a masterpiece with formal gardens, parkland and woodlands. The yew walk, Dutch garden and walled garden are triumphs of horticulture, offering different colours and scents. Exploring this region reveals traditional Scottish life. Discover bustling local markets, a feast for the senses. The Angus Glens offer a rugged experience. These glens are a paradise for walkers seeking solace in nature. Winding paths lead past rivers, through forests and onto heather-clad moorlands. This interplay between the cultivated and the wild makes the experience of Glamis complete. It is a reminder that the story of a castle is inseparable from the land. Emerging from the Highland landscape like a vision from a storybook, Inveraray Castle presents an almost dreamlike spectacle. With its 4 conical turrets, crenellated roofline, and serene greenish-grey stone, it is the very picture of Gothic revival elegance. Situated on the shores of Loch Fyne, Scotland's longest sea loch, its reflection shimmers on the water's surface, creating a scene of breathtaking and tranquil beauty. This is not the grim, battle-scarred fortress of old, but a sophisticated, stately home, the ancestral seat of the Dukes of Argyll, chiefs of the powerful Clan Campbell since the 15th century, designed more for grandeur than for warfare. The castle's current form, a masterpiece of architectural harmony, was conceived in the mid-18th century. It represents a bold statement of the Campbells' power and influence, a shift from the rugged defensibility of their former stronghold to a new era of enlightenment, taste, and aristocratic living. The surrounding landscape was sculpted with the same artistic intention, with grand avenues, sweeping lawns, and carefully planted woodlands designed to frame the castle perfectly. To approach Inveraray is to step into a meticulously crafted world, where nature and architecture combine to create an atmosphere of unparalleled romanticism and peace. The interiors of the castle are as spectacular as its exterior. The Armoury Hall, with its soaring 21-metre-high ceiling, is a stunning introduction. The walls are adorned with an extraordinary display of weaponry, including muskets, Lochaber axes, and Scottish broadswords, arranged in intricate, mesmerising patterns. This is not merely a collection of arms, but a work of art, a powerful symbol of the Clan Campbell's martial history and their pivotal role in the shaping of Scotland. It is a dramatic and unforgettable space that immediately immerses the visitor in the rich and often turbulent story of the clan. Beyond the Armoury Hall lies a suite of exquisitely preserved rooms, each a treasure trove of art and history. The state dining room, with its magnificent painted ceiling and walls hung with priceless Beauvais tapestries, has hosted royalty and dignitaries for centuries. The saloon, a light-filled, elegant space, is filled with family portraits by renowned artists like Gainsborough and Raeburn, offering a personal glimpse into the lives of the Dukes of Argyll and their families. To walk through these rooms is to experience the pinnacle of 18th century aristocratic life, a world of refined elegance, cultural patronage, and immense political power. The enchantment of Inveraray extends into 16 acres of gardens and parkland. The formal gardens are a riot of colour throughout the spring and summer months. From the Dunnottar watchtower, one is rewarded with a panoramic view. The woodlands are a sanctuary and haven of tranquility. Here, ancient trees create a majestic natural cathedral. The grounds of Inveraray offer a profound sense of peace and a deep appreciation for this masterpiece of landscape art. The story of Inveraray Castle is intrinsically linked to the charming town that shares its name. The town of Inveraray, a classic example of 18th century town planning, was moved and rebuilt by the 3rd Duke of Argyll at the same time the new castle was being constructed. Its elegant, white-hulled Georgian buildings line the shore of Loch Fyne, creating a picture-perfect streetscape. This is not just a tourist village, it is a living community with a proud history. Its layout and architecture a direct reflection of the vision and influence of the castle that stands as its guardian. A short stroll from the castle gates, the town offers its own unique attractions. The Inveraray Jail is a must-visit, a superbly preserved 19th century prison and courtroom that offers a fascinating and often grim insight into the history of crime and punishment in the Highlands. Costumed guides bring the stories of the prisoners and staff to life, creating an immersive experience that is both educational and deeply moving. It provides a stark contrast to the aristocratic splendor of the castle, reminding us of the different realities of life that coexisted in this small Highland community. And then there is the loch itself, Loch Fyne, the lifeblood of this region. Famed for its pristine waters and abundant marine life, it has sustained the people here for millennia. Today it is renowned for producing some of the finest seafood in the world, particularly its oysters and salmon. A visit to the original Loch Fyne Oyster Bar, just a short drive along the loch's shore, is an essential pilgrimage for any food lover. To taste an oyster plucked fresh from these cold, clear waters is to taste the very essence of this unique coastal environment, a flavor that is pure, clean, and unforgettable. Exploring the wider area around Loch Fyne reveals even more of the natural beauty of Argyll. Boat trips on the loch offer a different perspective of the castle and the surrounding mountains, and provide opportunities to spot seals, porpoises, and a rich variety of seabirds. The nearby forests and glens are crisscrossed with walking trails, leading to hidden waterfalls and ancient ruins. The combination of the fairy tale castle, the historic town, the world-class seafood, and the stunning natural scenery makes a visit to Inveraray a truly complete and captivating Highland experience. Our journey through Scotland's stone heart draws to a close. We've walked where kings and queens walked, stood on ramparts, and heard whispers in ancient corridors. Each castle shares a story of power, romance, tragedy, and endurance. From Dunnottar's cliffs to Loch Ness, these structures guard a nation's soul. They invite us to explore, learn, and imagine. Scotland's story is written in their stones. Now the next chapter belongs to you. Share your favourite Scottish castle in the comments below. Subscribe to continue exploring with us. May your travels be filled with wonder.